Good morning, America. President-elect Trump moving fast to fill his cabinet. Plus, answers in Delphi, Indiana after 8 years. Overnight, the president-elect zeroes in on former rival Marco Rubio as his Secretary of State.
After 8 years, the suspect in the Delphi murders case convicted of killing teens Abby Williams and Libby German.
Unrest in Amsterdam. A tram set on fire after those clashes between pro-Palestinian protesters and Israeli soccer fans, and the new arrests overnight.
Passenger plane hit by gunfire.
I heard clock, 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 3 times.
How the airlines are responding.
An impossible puzzle? We're not sure about that, but did this guy give the greatest Wheel of Fortune wrong answer ever? And the most impossible mission yet? Is this the end of Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt?
One last time.
We're racing into Tuesday to find out.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. And if you're running as fast as Tom Cruise while traveling, you might need help tracking your luggage. That's right. Well, this morning we've got big news about how Apple is teaming up with some airlines just in time for the holidays.
How did you get from Tom Cruise to Apple?
You just run it fast. You run to the airport fast.
Usually we all get there before our luggage does when it's checked, so it all kind of does work like Tom Cruise. Also this morning, you've seen Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices. They've been soaring along with stocks. We're going to really take a look at exactly how crypto works, the risks, the potential rewards, and really just break this all down.
We are also tracking that East Coast wildfire. It's now the biggest New York State has seen in years. Many residents are evacuating, fearing the flames could spread towards homes.
But we're going to begin with the latest on President-elect Trump announcing some key nominations for his cabinet, including Florida Senator Marco Rubio. Rachel Scott is tracking it all in West Palm Beach for us this morning. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yes, we are starting to get a clearer picture about who will be responsible with carrying out Donald Trump's campaign promises. The president-elect moving quickly to fill out his cabinet and his administration, and we are learning this morning he's expected to name Florida Senator Marco Rubio to be the next Secretary of State. Overnight, President-elect Donald Trump moving fast to fill out his national security team. Sources telling ABC News Senator Marco Rubio will be nominated for Secretary of State.
Marco is a big winner, beautiful winner from Florida.
The Florida senator sits on the Foreign Relations and Intelligence Committees, pushing a hardline agenda on China, Iran, Venezuela, and Cuba. Once one of the president-elect's fiercest rivals, who Trump mocked as Little Marco, he repeatedly joined the former president on the campaign trail this year.
We are tired of living in a country that is no longer dreaming big, but that is going to change tomorrow, and you're going to help change it.
Sources also say Trump will name Congressman Mike Waltz as his national security advisor. The retired Green Beret served multiple combat tours, including in Afghanistan. A known hawk on China, he supported aid to Ukraine but urged Europe to step up more.
With a war going on in their doorstep, there are still over half the countries that haven't met their minimum, and he's going to push them hard, as he should.
Waltz is the second House lawmaker Trump is tapping, picking Elise Stefanik for UN ambassador. The former president also turning to a former House member, Lee Zeldin of New York, to lead the Environmental Protection Agency, already preparing to weaken protection against climate change.
Day one and the first 100 days, we have the opportunity to roll back regulations that are forcing businesses to be able to struggle.
But nothing says more about Trump's priorities than his second and third personnel picks, naming former Immigration and Customs Enforcement Chief Tom Homan as his border and deportation czar, and his former senior advisor Stephen Miller as Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy.
America is for Americans and Americans only.
Both played key roles in Trump's hardline immigration policies last time, including family separation. Both now set to fulfill his campaign promise of the largest mass deportation in U.S. history.
I want everybody to be clear. It's going to be a targeted enforcement operation concentrating on criminals and national security threats first.
President-elect Donald Trump will travel to Washington tomorrow to meet with President Biden at the White House, an invitation that Trump himself did not extend to President Biden just 4 years ago. And sources tell us that incoming First Lady Melania Trump will not be traveling with the president-elect on this trip, so there will be no meeting with the current First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, George.
Okay, Rachel, thanks. Trump is still tangled up in the legal system. A New York judge will decide later today whether to dismiss the hush money election interference conviction or proceed to sentencing of Trump. Aaron Katersky is at the courthouse in Manhattan. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. That decision the judge is going to make here today is going to determine whether President-elect Trump takes office as a convicted felon. You'll remember it was back in May. A jury here found Trump guilty of charges that involved money he had paid just before the 2016 election to silence adult film actress Stormy Daniels about their long-denied affair. Trump argued that conviction should be thrown out because of the U.S. Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity. Trump was a private citizen when the $130,000 hush payment was made, but his attorneys argued prosecutors filled glaring holes in their case with evidence related to Trump's official acts as president, which the Supreme Court ruled to be off limits. That includes testimony from then White House Communications Director Hope Hicks and tweets about Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen. Prosecutors said that evidence is just a sliver of the mountains of testimony and documentary proof. But if the judge tosses out Trump's conviction, he could order a new trial, or he could throw out the indictment altogether. If he upholds the conviction, though, the judge will also have to decide whether to move forward with sentencing Trump. Rebecca, that's scheduled for November 26th, and the president-elect faces, in theory, up to 4 years in jail. Rebecca?
A lot on the line there. Okay, Aaron, thank you. We turn now to the verdict in the Delphi murders trial. Richard Allen was found guilty on all counts for the 2017 murders of 8th graders Libby German and Abby Williams. Alex Perez is at the courthouse in Delphi, Indiana. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Rebecca. Abby and Libby's families have waited years for this moment. For them, this is not only about justice, but also healing. Cheers and relief outside the courthouse as the verdict was read nearly 8 years after the murders of 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German rocked this tight-knit community.
We needed this. This is the day we were waiting.
The jury deliberated for 4 days before finding Delphi local Richard Allen, a husband and father who worked at the CVS in town, guilty of murdering both girls in 2017. Abby and Libby were hiking on the Mononhai Bridge Trail in Delphi when they went missing. Libby's phone recovered with key evidence she recorded, images of their killer, police say, and his chilling voice.
This young lady's a hero, there's no doubt. To have enough presence of mind to activate the video system on her cell phone to record what we believe is criminal behavior that is about to occur.
Their bodies discovered Valentine's Day 2017. The community filled with grief.
People would put their pictures up against Bridge Guy. And honestly, when you looked at the photo the first time, it could have been any Midwestern man because that's how they dress, in jeans and a Carhartt jacket.
With no DNA or fingerprint leads, the heartbroken families waited as thousands of tips poured in.
Directly to the killer. We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
In 2022, a big break in the case. A volunteer clerk discovered a misfiled folder. Richard Allen had self-reported being at the trail at the time the girls vanished. Allen made more than 60 jailhouse confessions to the crime. His defense unsuccessfully argued in court that those were false confessions brought on by psychosis caused by solitary confinement, but the jury didn't believe it. Libby's sister Kelsey posting this photo of the girls after the verdict, saying, "Nearly 8 years, today was the day." And Richard Allen could face up to 130 years behind bars when he's sentenced in December. His attorneys are expected to appeal. His wife, as she walked out of the courthouse, said this isn't over at all. Michael?
All right, thank you so much for that, Alex. And we're going to go overseas now. And Amsterdam police arrested more people in connection with the anti-Semitic attacks on Israeli soccer fans last week. James Longman is tracking the latest developments. And James, amid the tensions there in the city, a tram was set on fire.
Yeah, that's right, Michael. There's been unrest in Amsterdam for a second night in a row after those clashes between Israeli soccer fans and pro-Palestinian protesters. Last night, a group claiming solidarity with the Palestinians clashed with riot police in a suburb of Amsterdam. They set fire to a tram. Now, protests have been banned in Amsterdam since that violence last week, but many of these protesters have defied that ban, so many of them have been arrested. Of the more than 60 that were arrested over the last week, 8 remain in custody. 3 more were arrested last night. Now, all this kicked off after that soccer match. Israeli soccer fans were heard chanting racist, anti-Palestinian slogans, and those soccer fans were set upon by some of these demonstrators, some of them on the backs of motorcycles. The mayor of Amsterdam called these anti-Semitic hit-and-run squads. Truly terrifying for all those involved. The consequences of the war in Gaza continue to have global consequences. George?
Yeah, we're going to stay on that subject. Some breaking news overnight. This marks the end of the 30-day deadline the Biden administration set for Israel to improve the dire situation in Gaza. Britt Clennon is tracking the story from Tel Aviv. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning, George. Yeah, aid groups are warning the humanitarian conditions in Gaza are worse than ever. 30 days after the U.S. issued Israel with a warning, improve the situation or face consequences on weapons shipments. Now, the Norwegian Refugee Council saying there is, quote, barely any aid crossing into Gaza, with looting and chaos on the ground, meaning the aid is not distributed to a, quote, starving population. Now, Israel has opened new aid crossings and expanded a humanitarian zone, but aid agencies say it's a drop in the ocean. And the situation in North Gaza, where Israel says Hamas has regrouped, has deteriorated to catastrophic levels after a renewed ground offensive there. Now, Israel has blamed the UN and Hamas looting for failure to distribute that aid. But now the question is, will the Biden administration follow through? George?
Okay, Britt, thanks very much. Also overseas, Russia and North Korea have ratified a major defense treaty as Russia prepares a new offensive against Ukraine using thousands of North Korean soldiers. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pennell has that story. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. Overnight, President Zelensky confirming that 50,000 troops are gathering to try and drive Ukraine from the border area of Russia it controls. We're just hearing that that counter-offensive has begun. But Ukrainian soldiers who took over parts of this Kursk region apparently are resisting hard. As you say, thousands of North Korean soldiers are also in the area, and they're expected to join the fight as the two nations sign this defense pact. Meanwhile, Russia advancing on 2 key areas in eastern Ukraine, but they're sustaining huge losses. Here you can see Russian military vehicles being repeatedly hit. As many as 1,500 now being killed or wounded every day. That's according to Western officials. Moscow's aerial bombardment, though, continuing across Ukraine day and night. President Zelensky's hometown of Kryvyi Rih was hit. A mother and her 3 children tragically killed when their apartment block was hit. So, of course, President-elect Trump is vowing to end the Ukraine war quickly. But I think the challenges are huge as both sides are slogging it out now to try and take and hold as much land as possible while they can. Rebecca?
Massive challenges and destruction there. Okay, Ian, thank you. We turn now to the passenger jet hit by gunfire. The Spirit Airlines flight from Florida was trying to land in Haiti when multiple shots hit the plane. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez joins us now with more. Good morning, Gio. This was quite a surprise.
It really was, Rebecca. Good morning. Yes, several officials now tell ABC News that the FAA is actually considering banning all flights to Haiti after that terrifying gunfire. Take a look. This morning, bullet holes line the inside of the Spirit Airlines plane after Haitian gangs opened fire on the jet over Port-au-Prince. The packed plane was flying from Fort Lauderdale to Haiti, and just as it was about to land, the sound of gunfire. Jean-David Derulo was a passenger on the flight.
I heard clock, 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 3 times. And a couple of us in the plane, we recognized the noise as being gunshots.
The plane climbing back into the sky, eventually landing in the Dominican Republic. The airline says a flight attendant was treated for a minor injury.
It was a bit traumatic because I think, I didn't know, we were able, to land, safely in Santiago, but, and I saw a lot of people, going to the back of the planes, and the crew was really traumatized.
And overnight, we learned of another incident, JetBlue saying a flight from Haiti landed safely in New York. But after the flight, an inspection revealed the exterior of the plane had also been struck by a bullet. And again, we're told that the FAA will be making a decision very soon on whether to ban those flights to Haiti. In the meantime, Spirit and American Airlines have suspended flights through Thursday, JetBlue through December. Michael?
Yeah, safety is the most important thing there, Gio. Thank you so much for that. Now to the deadly wildfires raging in New York and New Jersey. Thousands of acres are burning. New York's governor calling it the biggest fire in the state in years. Trevor Alton, you at New Jersey with the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael. It's very strange to watch this play out in mid-November in the Northeast, but conditions have just been so dry, it's really created a tinderbox. And the Jennings Creek wildfire has now scorched more than 5,000 acres. This is on the New York-New Jersey border. We are just west of New York City. You mentioned the governor of New York has said that just the part of the fire burning on the New York side is the largest fire that they have had in years. Now, we've been watching Black Hawk helicopters from the National Guard dropping hundreds of gallons of water at a time. I know that air quality alerts have been issued for both states because of the smoke, and at least one person has been killed. 18-year-old Dariel Vasquez, a parks worker who was struck and killed by a falling tree while trying to clear brush for these firefighters. Now, in New Jersey, just since the beginning of October, they have responded to 500 wildfires, including just 40 just in this past weekend. And we know here today, firefighters are very concerned about the winds beginning to pick up once again, guys.
Okay, Trevor, thanks. We're going to switch gears now. Monday Night Football recap. Will Rivas here.
Hello, good morning, George. Good morning, all. Miami, the Dolphins have had a kind of tough start to the season here. They lost their star quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, for weeks after he suffered another concussion. The team had a losing record going into last night's primetime game. They still do have a losing record, but there's hope they can make the playoffs. It started with the first possession of the game. The Dolphins driving down. Malik Washington, he's a rookie. He scores his first NFL touchdown. Congratulations to him. Miami up early in L.A. Tua giving fans a scare here later on. He throws an interception and gets hit in the head trying to make a tackle. He did stay in the game, but any head injury for Tua would be potentially catastrophic with his concussion history. Here's Tyreek Hill with a touchdown. That's a great connection. And Monday Night Football turns into Monday Night Raw right there, Michael. Tyreek having some fun. Miami holding on to beat the Rams 23-15. And here's a stat for you, George. Only 3 teams in NFL history have come back from a 2-6 start to make the playoffs. The Dolphins hoping to make it 4. They aren't mathematically eliminated. Long way to go.
Why'd you set me up? Are you going to name the teams?
No, I'm actually not. I'm not.
I was waiting for that.
I didn't do enough research, but I do have more to say here. So if someone could get in my ear and let me know those teams, that'd be great. It was a big win for the state of Florida because no other team, college or pro, from Florida won over the weekend. Wow. It's never happened before, like college, pros, whatever, but the Dolphins holding it down for Florida. And we'll end here with the best moment of the night. It happened between plays. A U.S. Marine Corps captain surprising his son and family on the field on Veterans Day. Not a dry eye in the house or on this set here. Really nice. Yeah. And there you go.
Great moment.
And I still don't know the answer to your question.
Thank you.
Costco is recalling 80,000 pounds of butter with 16 days until Thanksgiving. That is a lot of butter.
And the airlines now partnering with Apple to track your luggage. Coming up, should you buy brand names or go generic for Thanksgiving? The answer just might surprise you. We'll be right back. Welcome back to GMA. Ginger ruling the dance floor back in 2016. It seems like that was yesterday. And this morning we are celebrating Dancing with the Stars 500th episode. You're going to take us behind the scenes.
I'm already stretching
right?
Just in case, because you never know. Yeah, no, can you believe that's 9 years ago?
That is amazing.
So much to celebrate in the 19 years that dancing's been around.
Well, never too late. You can perform on the 500th episode, Ginger, I'm telling you.
Okay, I'll step right in the middle of it.
There you
Unplanned.
go. I like it. We watch
We
it.
might be seeing it. First, the top headlines we're following right now. President-elect Trump moving fast to fill out his national security team. Marco Rubio will be nominated for Secretary of State. Trump will name Congressman and retired Green Beret Mike Waltz as his national security advisor. Also, Wall Street set another record. The Dow rose more than 300 points. Traders optimistic that President-elect Trump will lower corporate taxes, cut regulations. And coming up, we're going to look at the surge in cryptocurrency and break down the basics on that.
Important conversation. Bitcoin's been around since 2009, and now there's euphoria. Plus, Costco is recalling 80,000 pounds of butter over a mislabeling issue. The manufacturer forgot to put contains milk on the label. which could be a problem for people with milk allergies who don't know butter contains milk. And this morning, we are remembering longtime head football coach John Robinson. Robinson coached the Rams in the NFL for 9 years and had 2 stints at the University of Southern California. He's among a handful of coaches who had success in both college and the pros. He was 89 years old.
And a legend, no doubt.
Truly a legend, one of the most popular ever at USC. We will remember him. And we've got a lot more ahead, including the airlines connecting with your Apple to track your luggage. That is coming up. We turn now to the possible game changer that can take a little bit of stress out of holiday travel. Some airlines are teaming up with Apple to track your luggage with AirTags if it gets lost. Consumer correspondent Becky Worley joins us to tell us exactly how this is going to work. Good morning, Becky.
Rebecca, good morning. You'd think that if you took one of these, an AirTag, and threw it in one of these, you'd never lose your suitcase again. But it hasn't always been that simple. Now, Apple and some airlines are jumping into the game to help travelers reunite with lost luggage.
It's a handy hack heard around airport terminals.
To make sure you have an AirTag in every single one of your suitcases or your backpack.
It's just a little Bluetooth tracker that you can hook up to your iPhone and use in your Find My app.
Using Apple AirTags to track down lost luggage.
So I arrived at baggage claim and guess what? My phone knew exactly how far away my luggage was.
Great idea, but
you might know where your bag is, but the airline couldn't take that information, at least not in real time.
But Apple just announcing that the Find My app will now allow users to generate a share item location link that they can give to some participating airline customer service departments. Apple's saying in the coming months, more than 15 airlines serving millions of people globally will begin accepting Find My item locations as part of their customer service process for locating mishandled or delayed bags. United adding in a statement, "We plan to accept Find My item locations in select airports initially, with the goal of introducing the service system-wide in early 2025. And Delta Airlines excited to support share item location beginning later this year. But with more airlines adding their own app-based real-time tracking of bags, do AirTags really benefit travelers?
Even if your bag gets to the airport, often the airlines are so understaffed that you may not know that your bag is there. So knowing exactly where in the world your bag is can help reduce the amount of time it is until you're reunited with that bag.
After Matt Maines traveled with his family of 4 to Europe, he says they arrived to their location, but their luggage never did.
The airline was completely unable to track my bags.
He put AirTags in all of their bags, and he says he was able to tell the airlines where to locate his luggage.
I was able to show them on my phone exactly where to look for the bags.
Another tool in what promises to be a busy holiday travel season.
And a couple of pro tips. AirTags generally go on sale around Black Friday. And if you do get one for your suitcase, I think it's smarter to put the AirTag in the bag, not dangling from the handle or zipper. It's pretty obvious if a thief takes your bag, and they may toss that dangling AirTag off. And the points guy also suggests having a photo of your bag so you can give it to the airlines and they can do a good old-fashioned visual search for the bag if it does end up lost and technology somehow lets you down, guys.
It's really good advice.
Great advice there, Becky, because one of the worst things is traveling and losing your bag. So
yes, it is.
Thank you for that. Now, with a look at the money pouring into cryptocurrency following Donald Trump's election win, after he promised to make America the crypto capital of the planet. But there are big risks, and our Elizabeth Schulze is here to break it down for us. Good morning again, Elizabeth.
Good morning again, Michael. We are seeing cryptocurrencies shatter records. The price for one single Bitcoin topped $87,000 for the first time Monday. And for context, it was about $68,000 1 week ago before the election, so up nearly 30%. What is fueling this rally? Well, investors expect that President-elect Trump and a likely Republican-controlled Congress will take a more friendly approach toward regulating cryptocurrency. Trump was once a skeptic, but he's now vowing to make the U.S. the, quote, crypto capital of the planet. And his campaign raked in major donations from investors in the industry. Remember, Trump even helped launch his own cryptocurrency venture just a couple weeks before the election.
Yeah, which raises a lot of conflict questions on its own. But what should people know about buying Bitcoin?
Okay, so there are a couple key things to know when you're buying Bitcoin. You can do it in two ways, either as a form of cash or as an investment. So if you're using it like cash, this is not a physical coin. It's a digital money. You can directly exchange it with other people online without going through a bank. You will have to download what's called a digital wallet, where you can convert your actual US dollars into cryptocurrency. There are thousands of cryptocurrencies to choose from, but Bitcoin is the biggest. And then once you have that digital wallet, you can make payments to some limited merchants. So for example, you could use Bitcoin to pay your phone bill with AT&T or to buy movie tickets from AMC theaters. The second option is to invest in crypto in the same way that you would invest in stocks. So you would put money into a Bitcoin fund. You would use a trading platform like Fidelity or Schwab, and about 17% of Americans have done this. That's 1 in every 5 people, roughly. Let's say you invested $1,000 in Bitcoin a year ago, based on a gain of 138% since then. That money would be worth almost $2,400 today.
Which would be a very nice gain, Elizabeth. And of course, whenever you're looking at an investment that seemingly defies gravity, there's always the volatility you have to know about.
No doubt about it. And cryptocurrency is viewed as one of the riskier investments here. So financial analysts say that if you do want to get in right now, you generally want to start small. Do not put too much money into a single investment at any point. And in the same way that Bitcoin is skyrocketing up, it could also come plunging back down. So if you're going to invest in crypto, advisors say you've got to expect that volatility. There really are no guaranteed returns. So you might not get your money back. And if you lose your digital wallet or you forget your password to that, you can't access those funds. It's a lot harder to track crypto, which is why we do see government officials warning that it can be popular among criminals. When you look at this chart of Bitcoin over the past 10 years, it really does look like a roller coaster. So if you're going to invest, basically buckle up for a very bumpy ride, guys.
Buckle up. That's great advice.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Now, at our play of the day, and a Wheel of Fortune fail that has the internet laughing. Lara, you can't help but laugh when you hear this.
Michael, for 48 years, Wheel of Fortune has been entertaining us with their clever puzzles. And while sometimes the answers seem pretty obvious from the comfort of your own couch, not always that easy in the studio with the nerves and the time pressure. For example, check out this puzzle from last night. Do you guys know what the answer is here? Take a guess. Okay, take a guess.
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, a contestant named Will had his own ideas. Take a look at what he thought it was.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
I'm sorry, that's not it. Over to Katina.
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know how Ryan held it together.
I love Will. Will, I want
Will
to say,
was hungry.
Give yourself a round sausage.
Ryan was very kind. I think I would have lost it on that. All right.
So after the show, Will had a great sense of humor about it. He was chatting with his show's social correspondent, who, by the way, is Pat Sajak's daughter, Maggie. Check this out.
Yeah, I tell you, when the lights are on and, you know, the stars and Ryan Seacrest, Vanna White, I just went blank. But if your dad in retirement is watching the show, maybe cracks a beer and gets a laugh, it was worth it.
Give yourself a round sausage, everybody. He went home with 10 grand and a story for life. Congrats to him. It was funny. All right, guys. You ready?
Yeah.
We've got more. The music, do we hear it? No? Tom Cruise. Is he saying so long to his character in the Mission Impossible series? I thought we were playing the music. Just imagine it here. We'll have some news on that coming up in Pop News.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. President-elect Donald Trump moving fast to fill his cabinet, tapping former rival Marco Rubio as his Secretary of State.
The next wave in wellness, why some people who don't have diabetes are now tracking their blood sugar with continuous glucose monitors, what we can learn from the over-the-counter devices, and how they can help us live a healthier lifestyle.
Turkey Talk. With just over 2 weeks until Thanksgiving, the new report on how you can save big this year, when to buy the store brand versus the name brand. And get ready to dance the night away as Dancing with the Stars gears up to celebrate 500.
500 episodes is 1,000 hours of ballroom dancing.
All the joyous moments.
I still pinch myself every day because I'm still here.
In mirror ball competitions. We're going behind the scenes with fan favorites as the stars of the show are saying.
Good morning, America!
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Good morning, America, and good morning to all our dancing stars. You know, so many memorable moments from Dancing with the Stars. Like when Ginger and Val, they had all those perfect 10s. Never forget that. They're excited. And when Sam Champion was burning up the ballroom, with a little sequin, open shirt. Way to go, Sam. And we are taking a quick step. Like that little quick step down memory lane. That's
I see what
up.
you did there, Michael. And just ahead, when to buy store brands or when to go for the big names when you're shopping for Thanksgiving.
That is coming up. First look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the latest on President-elect Trump. He's announced some key nominations for his cabinet, including Florida Senator Marco Rubio. I want to go back to Rachel Scott, tracking it from West Palm Beach. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, George, good morning to you. Yes, President-elect Donald Trump here at Mar-a-Lago working very quickly to fill out his administration and also announcing who will be nominating to serve in his cabinet. Overnight, we learned from multiple sources that Senator Marco Rubio will be nominated to serve as his Secretary of State. Rubio, of course, sits on the Foreign Relations and Intelligence Committee and has pushed a hard line on China and Iran. Rubio once was a fierce critic of Donald Trump, one of his rivals. Trump once mocked him, calling him Little Marco, but Rubio has defended Trump, repeatedly joining him out on the campaign trail. Sources also say that the president-elect will name Congressman Mike Waltz as his national security advisor. He is the second Republican that Trump is plucking from the House of Representatives, also nominating Congresswoman Elise Stefanik to serve as his ambassador to the UN. And of course, tomorrow, President-elect Donald Trump will be traveling to Washington, D.C. for that face-to-face meeting with President Biden in the Oval Office at the White House. Sources tell us that incoming First Lady Melania Trump will not be joining the president-elect on this trip, Michael.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much for that. And we're going to turn now to the new warning about holiday flight delays. Gio Benitez is back tracking this for all of us this morning. Good morning again, Gio.
Hey, Michael, good morning again. Yeah, this morning the FAA says that things are back to normal at the Austin airport after long delays and wait times over the weekend there. Take a look, because the FAA blamed those delays on an air traffic controller shortage. Now, one member of Congress saying that there were supposed to be 13 working, but only had 8 that day. And earlier this year, the FAA said it was short 3,000 controllers. More than 1,800 have now been hired so far, but many are just still in training. Now, in New York on Sunday, we had a different issue, but also with air traffic control, the FAA briefly rerouted international departures because of an equipment outage. Now, this affected one of the busiest airspaces in the country. Now, we should tell you that in recent holidays, things have actually been pretty smooth despite all of these issues. So just keep an eye on it and even plan for some of these delays, Rebecca.
Try and get there as early as you can. Gio, thank you so much. We turn now to Thanksgiving. The holiday is just over 2 weeks away, and this morning we have a new report on how you can save money on your traditional dinner. Ariel Reshef is here with what you need to know. Good morning, Ariel. What are we eating?
All right, we're talking turkey, Rebecca. It's no secret generic store brands often cost less than big name products, but experts say that's not necessarily the case when it comes to the dishes for your Thanksgiving table. Wells Fargo Agri-Food Institute compared the prices of generic goods and brand names for the Thanksgiving meal. Well, if you're making dinner for 10 people and use all brand names, they estimate that might run you about $90. When it comes to the generic store labels, that same meal could cost you around $73, which is about a $17 savings. As far as whether to choose generic or brand name for each of the dishes, here's what the report says. You may want to splurge on the turkey and the stuffing because the brand names are only a few dollars more. It's the other way around, though, for the cranberries. The brand name are actually cheaper than the generic. And as for the salad and the dinner rolls, experts say go with the generic store brands for major savings. Rebecca.
The cranberries are definitely a surprise there. You got us covered on the main course, Ariel. What about dessert?
No Thanksgiving dinner table is complete without the pumpkin pie, in my opinion, or sweet potato pie. And once again, it's just a toss-up with the prices essentially the same, so it'll be cost-effective no matter how you slice it. Rebecca.
I don't want pumpkin pie. I want pecan pie. I'm just saying. Thank you, Ariel.
Sure.
Also, we're remembering Veterans Day. Stars came together for the event at Stand Up for Heroes, including Norah Jones and Bruce Springsteen, as well as comedians Jerry Seinfeld, Jon Stewart, Jim Gaffigan. Our friend Bob Woodruff was on hand. Bob was wounded, of course, you remember, while on assignment in 2006. The event raised more than $29 million for the Bob Woodruff Foundation, whose mission is to ensure that our nation's veterans, service members, and their families have stable and successful futures. He's done so much.
It's such an incredible event.
Yeah,
it really is.
Coming up on our GMA morning menu, some people who don't have diabetes are wearing continuous glucose monitors. Contributor and fitness expert Robin Arzon is here to tell us about the new wellness trend.
Also ahead, Tom Cruise is saying, see ya at the movies. And we'll see some new faces coming to the Mission Impossible franchise. Lara has all the details on Final Reckoning coming up in Pop News.
Plus, as Dancing with the Stars kicks off its 500th episode, we're going to look back at some of the best moments in some celebrity dancers we know very well. And Lara's with Lori Bergamotto. Hey, Lara.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, Michael. We are all in on Wicked, and as we wait for the movie to open on November 22nd, Lori B is getting us ready with some great brand collaborations for every Wicked fan in your family. Say that 3 times fast. We will be right back with that story and so much more on Good Morning America.
Hope your day's off to a good start. Tomorrow, Hugh Grant's going to be here. He's going to tell us about his new thriller. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. Now to our GMA cover story about the new wellness trend of people without diabetes wearing continuous glucose monitors. Contributor and fitness expert Robert Arzon is here to tell us why people are trying this. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. When many of us start a wellness routine, we may be adding foods to our diet that we think are healthy, but in fact spike our blood sugar. These continuous glucose monitors like I'm wearing are a way of learning so that we can live a healthier lifestyle.
Jenny Devon, a mother of 2, is no stranger to fitness tracking.
I've been on a fitness journey for a very long time. And so from counting my calories to counting the hours I fast, the hours of sleep I get.
As a non-diabetic, one metric Jenny says she never really monitored was her blood sugar, which could help with weight management and to combat fatigue. But now, over-the-counter continuous glucose monitors are FDA cleared and affordable. Are they the next wave in wellness?
These are devices with a little wire that's attached to a sensor, and that sensor is worn either on the abdomen or arm, and then transmits glucose information.
Look what arrived today.
We supplied Jenny with an FDA-cleared Stello CGM to give continual glucose monitoring a try as part of her wellness routine.
Let's see if I did it right. I did!
Anyone can buy it for $99 a month without a prescription, and Abbott makes a version called Lingo for a similar price.
I am a type 1 diabetic, so I use a CGM. For folks like yourself who aren't diabetic or in a diabetic range, this has been part of the conversation in the wellness community of how would a CGM be used? What are you most curious about in tracking?
I'm kind of curious how it will fit into my lifestyle. You know, me wearing it day to day, working out with it. I'm also curious to see what spikes it.
For about a month, Jenny wore her CGM to see how diet, sleep, and exercise affected her blood sugar.
I'm an intermittent faster. I noticed a trend, like if I would have tea right before I went to bed, I might not have those spikes versus just continuing to drink water and fasting.
If, like Jenny, you don't have diabetes and just want to get a sense of how your body responds to variations in your blood sugar, you can wear a CGM short term. After you get the information, spot the trends, you can stop wearing it and stop paying that $100 monthly fee.
But what does knowing your blood sugar level do for you if you don't have diabetes?
If you're spotting the trends of how your body is reacting to certain foods and lifestyle changes, that is how we can more intentionally move and fuel. For example, studies show that if we walk just 10 minutes after a meal, it's going to blunt a little bit of that spike that can happen after we eat. And we should be aware that we should be adding fiber to our diet. Our glucose is going to be affected much differently when we have apple juice, for example, versus when we have an apple, which is fiber filled. And I'm a big fan of protein, Michael.
Me too. too. Me too.
Adding protein to our meals is also going to help with those glucose spikes. And again, this is just about trend spotting. A glucose spike after a meal is actually quite common. It's when it lingers and it becomes a trend that's daily when it becomes a problem.
All right, Robin, thank you as always for great advice. We appreciate that. And time for Pop News with Lara. Lara, what you got?
All right, thank you, Robin. Thank you, Michael. Get on over here because we're going to start with this. Mission Impossible. It really was a Mission Impossible trying to get this movie on the big screen, but finally, after countless pushbacks and 5 years in the making, Tom Cruise is back in action for the 8th installment in the franchise. It's called The Final Reckoning. But does this mean that this is the last we will see of Ethan Hunt? Here's a look at the first teaser trailer finally out.
You've always been on the right side, brother. I have no regrets. Neither should you. I need you to trust me. One last time.
Oh, I want to trust you more and more, Tom, please. Held back by multiple delays, including the pandemic, Cruise does not hold back in this one. Wow, that was him doing all of his own stunts. Yep, hanging off of a biplane for one of the scenes. Cruise announced the film on social media with the caption, "Every choice has led to this." And while we will see some great old faces like Ving Rhames, not old faces, but you know, repeating faces, Simon Pegg, Angela Bassett, some newcomers to the franchise include Nick Offerman, Bob Odenkirk, and Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso. But will Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning be the final film in the franchise? No word yet, but past interviews have shown that Tom says he would play this character until he was 80 if he could. Maybe we will find out more when it hits theaters finally, May 23rd of 2025. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's
It always
going to be
blows
great.
my mind that he does his own stuff.
It's unbelievable. He really is unbelievably talented.
Another level.
It's supposed to be great. In music news this morning, it is gearing up to be a huge November for Grammy and CMA nominated country superstar Schulze, the artist and producer, nominated for 3 CMAs, including New Artist of the Year and Song of the Year for his hit, A Bar Song, which also just set a chart milestone. 17 weeks in the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100, making it the second longest chart run in history, with only Lil Nas X, his hit, Old Town Road, that was back in 2019, ahead of him. Schulze also just nominated for 6 Grammys, including Best Country Song and Song of the Year. And the NFL has just announced that Schulze will perform during the Thanksgiving halftime show between the Lions and the Bears. This guy is on a roll, just 29 years old, celebrating all of the great news by teasing a new song and a music video for a new single called, fittingly, Good News. You can watch Schulze at the 58th Annual CMA Awards. That's Wednesday, November 20th. Next week, everybody, 8 p.m. right here on ABC. We will be there. So excited.
He's on a roll.
He is on a roll. I want to sing that song, but we won't right now. Finally this morning, Dancing with the Stars is waltzing its way into TV history. 500 episodes. The 500th episode airing tonight with the dazzling performances in the works. Ginger is here fittingly giving us an inside look at 19 years of dancing history. Ginger, take it away.
Oh, can you believe it? Well, I can, because there is a reason that this show has worked for almost 2 decades. You take someone who's expert at something else in life, then we break them down, watch them figure out they know nothing about ballroom dance, and then we cheer them on as they find themselves week after week in one of the most artistic ways to express love, loss, and pure joy. Beyond that spray tan and sequins, it's really a show about heart and humanity.
This is Dancing with the Stars.
19 years ago, Dancing with the Stars waltzed into our living rooms. And tonight, the dazzling 500th episode.
500 episodes is 1,000 hours of ballroom dancing on television.
The reaction was incredible.
394 celebrities, 51 pros, 32 winners, and 66 gallons of spray tan. The show creating a cultural phenomenon of ballroom dance.
I just said I was a dancer because ballroom was so uncool. And Dancing with the Stars made it cool.
I grew up being bullied as a kid because I was a dancer. To see now dancing be appreciated and loved.
Great job! Well done!
Moments of undeniable joy.
10!
First of the season, it's a 10!
from Len, the 10.
Breakthroughs.
For me, it's with Amy Purdy when we're doing an Argentine tango and she starts crying on us. I was like, are you okay? And she goes, no, this is the first time I felt feminine since I lost my legs.
Noah Galloway. My season with him changed the way that I looked at dance.
Hey, woo, come on, girl.
And heartbreak after the passing of head judge Len Goodman.
Well, I love you too. I tell you, you're a great dancer.
Even GMA cha-chaing into the ballroom.
Ginger, Good Morning America, Sam Champion.
From yours truly to Sam Champion, competing for the Mirrorball Trophy with our team cheering us on.
This is it. 2 minutes here. Go Ginger.
In my eyes, you're always 10. Ooh.
And trying our hand at the judges' table.
I love your style. I love your style. The way you attack it.
Look at the footwork. He can dance on hot coals and not burn his feet.
Happy 500 episodes. Happy 500th episode.
Happy 500 Dancing with the Stars. I love you so much. Mwah.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. I get to see my friends tonight, Val, Jenna, all the pros. But as far as the dancers go, that energy that Dwight brings to a room, if you remember, it is kinetic. So I can't wait to see it in person. Daniela's choreography in person. All of it's going to be great.
It is going to be great, and so much history there. 500th episode is airing tonight. Dancing with the Stars, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC. And tomorrow morning, Ginger will bring us backstage and behind the scenes of this incredible production. Please tell everybody we said congratulations. They're like family to us at this point.
And everybody's saying, are you dancing? No. Like, it's not happening. I'm like George on this one. All right.
All right, right now we are celebrating the upcoming release of the movie Wicked with dozens of brand collaborations and film-inspired products hitting the market. Lori B is with us to share a few of these that are shoppable, and Wicked Mania is everywhere. I mean,
are you
it's
feeling
happening.
it? Are you under the spell of Wicked, Lara Spencer?
Have you heard the Target commercial where the people are all singing?
Yes. Is that you?
No, but it is in the shower. But the collabs are endless. You have highlighted a few. They're all shoppable, I believe.
Yep, they are.
Let's start right here.
These are some of our favorites. As you mentioned, they are everywhere. We're going to kick things off with the Gap. What we loved about this one is you can start with really little kids because it lends itself to everyone, really. And the Gap came out with some really cute t-shirts and sweatsuits. We actually had our producer, one of your faves and mine, Amy Hayden's nieces, modeled some of the collection for us. It's a 20-piece collaboration.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
It starts at $34 and it does go all the way up to adult sizing. So if you're a really big Ariana Grande fan or Cynthia Erivo fan, you can sort of, voice your love for them by your fashion self-expression.
Ariana
so definitely
is
check
Glinda.
that out.
She nails it.
Yes.
All right, so I love that Lego has done a collab.
Okay, so Walmart also got in on the fun, and you can find so many fun things here. Toys, games, they even have food. But we picked the Lego, as you mentioned, because who doesn't love a Lego?
And
everybody.
Build is so great.
And to build, my 12-year-old daughter actually built this for us.
Wow, thank you.
She had a great time. It was such good screen-free time for her. And this is definitely going to sell out. So you guys, this is under $100. You're going to want to pick this up.
QR code right there.
Monopoly, $24. It's been Ozified. So everything is like defying gravity, totally Osmopolitan.
I see the puzzle pieces there. The witch's
Who are
hat.
you usually in Monopoly? I'm usually the top
I like
hat.
the car.
Okay, well, I don't know what we would make you, but I would be the witch's hat.
A broomstick.
Okay, so definitely check that out at Walmart. And then where else would you go for fun accessories than Claire's? Great for little girls, tweens, and even tweens at heart. Everything that's on this table is under $20. So we've got tumblers, we've got these fun, look at these fun pens. Like, they're just so
it's like
cute.
The old school where you can pick the color ink. I loved these
Exactly.
when I was little.
Charms and the hair bows. And I don't know if you remember this from Claire's, but they do the buy 3, get 3. So you guys, everything under $20, when you buy 3, you get 3 free.
Yeah.
This is
so
something
6 for
you're going to want to check
that
out.
was my math skills, everybody at work.
Okay,
makeup.
No collaboration has been bigger than the beauty world. This is from Ulta. They're like the biggest beauty retailer in the marketplace, and they did an exclusive collaboration with Ariana Grande's makeup line. That's REM Beauty. That is an actual Glinda palette, because she said she wanted people to feel like she felt every day on set. That lip oil, that's hers as well. That went viral, so you're gonna want to check that out. And then also, if makeup's not your thing, and this is what I really love about the entire Wicked collaboration, maybe you just want skincare, you just want to like dip your finger, so as it were, into the trend. Beekman 1802 has great, really efficacious products, so you can kind of play with the trend in that way. We've got those fun mirrors.
And I like the makeup case.
And caboodles. Do you remember caboodles?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
From the 90s. They are back. Wow. These are Wicked themed colors. Really, really fun. And then speaking of colors, and
this to me, you saved the best for last.
Yeah,
everything
you're
is
really
great,
into
but
this.
This fabulous.
Okay, so as I said, there is really something for everyone with these collaborations. Bloomingdale's has really elevated the entire space. They have over 100 exclusive products, and these are for homes. So the Voluspa candles, very, very popular. They've got a yuzu one for Glinda that's a little sweeter, and a banyan forest one for Elphaba. It's a little more mysterious, yes, bewitching. And then these cloches from Scheme Design, aren't they great
They're
gifts?
really beautiful.
These are around $40.
And these are like they have a gem on top, and then it sits on
exactly.
on the
so
top.
It becomes candle, but then it also becomes like a little
Isn't that pretty?
home decor. And Lara, let me tell you also, they have the fashion line that was inspired by the Wicked costume designer. It's all at Bloomingdale's for their Wicked Good holiday.
It's wicked good, baby. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thank
Guys,
you.
as we said, check out the QR code, also shoppable. Coming up, the wonderful John C. Reilly is with us this morning to tell us about his new holiday movie. Don't miss it on GMA.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
We are excited to be back now with John C. Reilly. This morning, the Oscar and Tony Award-nominated actor is getting us in the holiday spirit to talk about the new animated short film, An Almost Christmas Story. Good morning, John C. Reilly.
Good morning.
Great to have you here, man.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Great to have you. Happy that you're back. But this feels like a classic, old school holiday movie. Is that what drew you to it?
Yeah, definitely. I always loved those Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion ones. With Burl Ives was the singer in those. And I learned so many songs from Burl Ives over the years that it was a real honor to get to do this in this movie. So I brought like some folk songs that I knew, and then the composer of the short wrote some new songs. But the really charming thing about this movie is that it's a true story.
Yep, it's
like
the best.
This little owl got caught in the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree one year, injured its wing, and when they opened up the tree to put it up, this little owl was in there. Luckily, they sent him to like a rehab center, and he was re-released into the wild. Yeah.
Like a true Burl Ives. And you play a folk singer character in this film. It's sort of based on Burl, you were saying?
Well, it's kind of like evokes him, sort of. I'm like the narrator of the story, and I sing the music throughout it. And
Love that.
it was really, really fun, I have to say. And to sing two new Christmas songs was a kind of a... Somehow I thought they wouldn't be able to do it, we have these two new songs. I thought, really? I don't know. It's been a long time since I heard a new Christmas song, but they really play. They really play well. So.
We have a clip of the movie. Let's check it out.
You know how you feel at this time of year? A little bit happy, a little bit sad. Maybe you can't even put it into words. But if you try, maybe you can put it into a song. Now, this song I'm about to sing, well, it's mostly nonsense. But the parts that are not nonsense, they mean quite a lot. Air fa la la lo la ro, air fa la la lay.
And that was a song so great to hear for the first time here on GMA. That was a song you suggested. You wanted that song in.
Yeah, I know that it's called Our Fa La La Lo, and it's but I learned it from the Clancy Brothers, this old Irish folk group. But it's a really old Scottish song about like the unity of man, like all the things that are important to everyone that bring us together. And at this moment in our country, I think everyone, no matter who you voted for, everyone's been worried about things. And I think this is a great moment to remind everyone, like, the holidays about coming together, Christmas is a religious holiday, but it's also a lot more than that. You know, it's like a holiday that brings people from all walks of life together. So I hope the movie does that too, because I mean, it's a beautiful little story about this little owl with a broken wing. Yeah.
And it took me, you said Rudolph's Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I'm watching that. I'm going, man, it reminds me of like being a kid again. And you're right, music does bring everybody together. You always tap, a lot of times you tap into your musical gifts in movies. Another one that was like 15 years ago, I actually went to the premiere of it, and it's one of my favorite movies ever, Step Brothers.
Yes, it's the best.
Like, incredible. I know when you're out on the streets, fans must come up to you all the time. How often is there something from that movie quoted to you?
Only when I'm in public. And every single time I'm in public.
Every time you're
and
out.
every time I'm on Good Morning America, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that movie just has legs somehow. Like it was this big crazy comedy that we made, but it's really about family. It has these deep issues underneath it, all the funny stuff, you know? So I think it's also like a movie that young people love, moms love, like people in the position that Dale and Brennan were in love.
I love Dale and Brennan so much. Also want to talk to you about Mr. Romantic, another persona that you play. Tell me a little bit about this, because you've been taken to the stage, and this has been in the works for a long, long time.
Yeah, I've been, ever since I did the musical Chicago, where I played Mr. Cellophane, I thought, you know, I really love to perform like that, and there's not that many opportunities in the modern world to sing that kind of music. So I came up with this character called Mr. Romantic, and I made this sort of vaudeville show. Yeah. We're going to do it at Largo in Los Angeles on November 22nd, but it's someone who's like, he's a timeless character who's trying to fall in love. And every show he tries to fall in love again. And I sing all these amazing songs from the American Songbook. Awesome. A little bit of dancing, some pantomime, you know, like the old razzle dazzle, you know?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited you're here, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
And this little guy is just the cutest.
Yes, thank you for bringing the little guy.
Aww.
Precious little devil. Thank God he's okay.
Yeah, was released into the wild, came back just to hang out with you on the set.
Exactly.
An Almost Christmas Story is available to stream on Disney Plus this Friday. Make sure you check it out. John C. Reilly, everybody.
Most women know about the physical symptoms of perimenopause, like hot flashes and night sweats, but there are also emotional and mental health issues that are more likely to affect women in that stage of life. Ariel Reshef is back with more on this. Hey, Ariel.
Hey, Lara. So many women suffer perimenopausal symptoms in silence, feeling completely off or even depressed, but as many as 20% of women delay treatment for at least a year. One mom we spoke to says she was not prepared for the avalanche of emotions that came with this phase of life.
The depression, the listlessness, it just never got better.
48-year-old Desiree Jordan's life turned upside down 4 years ago when she and her husband of 28 years moved across the country just after their last child left for college.
There was so much going on at the time. Perimenopause was the last thing that I attributed it to.
But in the years before menopause, called perimenopause, estrogen and progesterone levels can fluctuate, leading to mood swings, irregular menstrual cycles, even depression. In fact, women in this stage are about 40% more likely to experience depressive symptoms than younger women.
The reason that it's quite concerning for patients is that it feels very overwhelming to have this change in mind-body connection and not really having a clear defining reason of why it started.
Experts say it appears to be the wavering hormone levels during perimenopause that can trigger these symptoms in some women. Genetics and other factors may also play a role. But the silence and shame surrounding menopause prevents many women from talking about their symptoms or seeking help.
We are the first generation to have this conversation openly with our friends. So I was just kind of going along my merry way, only expecting hot flashes, night sweats, not realizing that there are so many other indicators.
Desiree wasn't having hot flashes or night sweats, and when antidepressants didn't work, she turned to her OBGYN, Dr. Jessica Shepard, who also happens to be her sister.
When I listened to her story, I realized that there was a lot of perimenopausal features in this. And so I was able to offer her hormone replacement therapy. And she was able to see her symptoms resolve.
I felt like somebody had turned the light on and I was back, and that is when the fog lifted. I feel completely back to my younger self.
So many women describe that fog, and studies show antidepressants can reduce hot flashes by 64%, and hormone replacement therapy can cut them by 77%. Experts say those two combined appear to be more effective in improving depression symptoms, but as always, check with your doctor to make sure it's right for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank goodness we are actually talking about not just menopause, but perimenopause, because it's a phase of life that
Isn't
so
it
far
amazing? We just didn't talk about it, and now it's just, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Welcome
we should talk
to the
about
club,
it.
everybody.
Oh, joy.
We are here now with Alex Astor. She's the author of Sky Shade, our GMA YA book club pick for November. It is the third book in the Lightlark series, which have spent more than 100 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. Welcome. It's so great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, we're so excited because you have some really big exclusive book news to share with us. So let's start with that, and we'll get to Sky Shade in a minute.
So I can reveal that this is not the last book in the series, and there's not just one new Lightlark book coming out next year. There are two new Lightlark books coming out next year. One is a direct continuation of the series, and one is a very special book that I think both Team Grimm and Team Oro will be very excited about.
Oh, Team Grimm and Team Aura. That's big.
Yeah.
So remind us where things left off.
Yeah, so for anyone unfamiliar, Lightlark is about an island that appears once every 100 years to host a game where 6 rulers fight to break their deadly curses. And to break all the curses, one of the 6 rulers has to die, and one will win a bunch of power. So there's enemies to lovers, big plot twists. You don't know who's lying until the last page. And all of the books start exactly where the last one ended, so you can read them all like one giant book. Nightbane ended in a big cliffhanger, and so I'm so excited for readers to have Sky Shade in their hands today.
I'm so curious about when you sit down to write, do you know how it's going to end? Do you know how all of this ends?
I do. I've known since before Lightlark was published. I've known who she chooses because there's a big love triangle at the center of the series, and people are very fiercely Team Grimm or Team Oro, and they let me know. They're very passionate about their teams, and I've always known who she chooses. And so I always joke I'm going to have to enter witness protection when the final book comes out because people are really passionate, but I have known from the beginning.
That's amazing.
Yes,
so when you sat down to write, you knew the whole thing.
I did, and it was before I even knew anyone would read these books, and so it's just a totally different thing now to have people really weigh in and feel passionately, but it has not changed since the beginning.
Not to mention now Lightlark is being turned into a film like Twilight.
Yes.
The popularity is everywhere.
Yes, so it's being made into a movie by the producers of Twilight, which I'm super excited about, and there's a script. So that's huge
So
news.
it's real.
I'm very excited about it, and I think readers will be excited about news that's coming next year about the movie.
I love that you say when you set out to do this, you had no idea that it was going to be like this.
Definitely.
And it was a labor of love, and look, everybody's into it.
I wrote the book I wanted to read, and luckily there were other people out there like me who wanted to read a story like this, but I'm just so grateful every single day that I get to do this and that I get to continue this series.
But I think that's amazing advice, too, to anyone out there. Write the book you want to read.
Definitely.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
all
so
of it.
much. Thank you.
And Sky Shade is available now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up, Lori B is back with Disney holiday gifts perfect for the kids on your list. So cool.
We are back getting into the holiday spirit with our parent company, Disney. That was a first look at a holiday commercial created by Academy Award winner Taika Waititi. And Lori Bergamtto is playing trains with me right now because we have gifts from Disney for kids, tweens, teens, even grown-up kids at heart. You can get them all on our website, but we want to start right now, Lori, with this one. It is so charming. I was saying my Duff would have loved this.
Yes. Well, and speaking of charming, we're actually going to start what's in the middle of the train set.
I'm sorry. I'm captivated.
No, but that was a perfect segue because they are Pandora charms.
Oh, love that.
So So these are available at the Disney store, and they're really fun ways to commemorate just like different chapters and memories of your life. And now they come in Simba, Stitch, Dumbo, and of course, Mickey.
Oh, they're so cute.
So you can get those at the Disney store, and you can also get this awesome train set, which you said would have been a hit in your house, right? This is called the Making Christmas Magical Train Set.
So
it really does. It has different music and character voices, lots of bells.
You don't want to throw those on right now?
Right? No, we're gonna, well, because then we can't chat. But the kids would love it. It's $149.99, also available.
I can envision this around circling a smaller tree.
Yes.
And making it a holiday tradition.
When are you coming over to design my
every year,
Christmas decor?
Those are the kind of things that become memories and heirlooms. I love that.
Yeah, super
okay,
fun.
tell me where to go.
Okay, we're going next. Yeah,
All
right to the next pet here. So this is from Mattel. It is the Carriage into Castle. Don't you love a 2-for-1? I love a 2-for-1. So now that the train went off, I feel like I'm screaming at you. I'm screaming my love for the Disney princess. But this one's great. It comes with Aurora and 4 little Disney
so it's
friends.
a carriage.
Right. It starts here in the carriage. You can see in the box, and it transforms into this castle. So Aurora comes with it, but you can also get all the princesses, and it comes with little friends. So you see Sebastian and Lumiere and Pascal. Yes, really fun. This is great for imaginative play. And again, it's that 2-for-1 idea, and it's great for portability. So if the kids are going to go to their grandparents' house, turn it into the carriage and pack it in the car.
That's wonderful. Wow,
so we love
you are batting 1,000 right here. Oh my gosh, talk to me Star Wars Legos.
Yes. Okay, what's a better combo than Lego and Star Wars? 2 things that people
keep them busy for
hours. This one's great for kids 10 plus. This is the Dark Falcon, which is a version of the Millennium Falcon, part of the new special Rebuild the Galaxy. And as you said, it will keep kids and really grown-ups too, because it's something the whole family can do. Really screen-free and busy for hours at a time. Comes with these 6 Lego figurines. Really fun, and it looks really cool. Like if you display this in a kid's room or in your playroom, it just looks awesome.
I know a special little boy I'm getting that for.
Okay,
and we can buy these all?
Yes, you just have to shop the QR code.
All right, love it.
Okay, this one's fun, and I need your help for this.
Okay, I'm doing something.
This is from Hasbro. Yes, go ahead and push that down. This is the Iron Man Armor Maker Lab. So there you go. As you can see, it has lights and sounds. It's immersive, so the kids can really, and just pop them back up. You did it, just pop them back up.
Oh boy, we've got an emergency.
So Iron Man, there's some Play-Doh here, but it comes in a bunch of different colors, and Iron Man can have all different kinds of molds. You can be really imaginative with this. This is great. I have a 4-year-old. She's obsessed with Play-Doh and obsessed with Marvel.
Love Play-Doh.
So this ticks all the boxes there.
And then finally, I love a good read.
Okay, and who doesn't? And you know, this is, as we said, something for little kids up into tweens and middle grade readers. So these books are from Kwame Mbalia, a New York Times best-selling author of the Tristan Strong series.
Great.
So he's helming a new imprint that celebrates Black joy, Black resilience from authors of the Black diaspora. And this book here, which is Black Girl Power, is fantastic for middle grade readers. I'm going to get this for my 12-year-old daughter. And it's a celebration, again, of Black joy, Black courage, and it's called Black Girl Power. And you can't get much newer than this because it hits stands right now.
We are always right in front, Lori.
Yes, that's right.
Thanks
Thank
to
you.
And we do have more information about all of these Disney products on our website. The choices are fantastic.
Well, Ginger, you better get out of here and get to the airport.
I have to go right now.
So excited.
Everybody at home, thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.
I'll get you all the secrets.
Congrats, Dancing with the Stars.